Let's get to our favorite segment then. DStreet Chatter. Nimesh joins us to help us out with what he's picking up. Nimesh, what are you picking up this time around? Looks like the shorts will be running for cover. What about the flows?
Well, looks like Nigeria, and again, a good recovery intraday, but we've said this so many times in the past, right? PCR around 0.65 or below that, and you see a sharp recovery, and that's happened in today's market as well. The PCR actually has moved intraday back from 0.62 almost at 1, so need to see how much it can further go up from here. But from a flow perspective, again, a mixed day. It's on the sell side for the last many days, but there is a small MOC is what I understand on the buy side at a leading FIS, but that's not going to move the needle much. It's very small is what I understand from a flow perspective. I guess, the bigger pain seems to be in the broader markets now. You're seeing a consistent underperformance in that space, and it looks like now it's lost the momentum. When I talk to a lot of HNI desk and all, there is very much reluctance from larger HNIs or for that matter retail investors to participate in this market because it's been such a dull market for the last many weeks now, and people are not making money. So there is a bit of nervousness for sure from larger investors, so to speak, especially the retail and HNI category in the last many days. So that clearly plays out in the broader market. I guess the big accident of the day is PG Electro Plus, and we've seen this in the last 4 weeks. That's also impacting the sentiment. In the last 4 weeks, every week we have had at least one big accident wherein individual stocks have collapsed 30, 40, 50% as well in a single week. So that's also impacting the sentiment to some extent. But broadly, I guess today it's more of a technical pullback from an extreme low level, but flow seems to be quite mixed as well from larger FI.
All right, Nimesh, what about individual stocks? What are you tracking?
Well, there are a lot of stocks which are in the broader markets which are buzzing in trade today. So again, it's quite mixed is what I would say. That not much in terms of institutional activity, but more from a retail activity point of view. So the first stock on my list is, there is one stock which comes to my mind. Maybe it's not the first stock on my list, but Merc Electronics is something I'll first talk about because that's been a big mover today. Up 20% and locked at 20% upper circuit and on large volumes. There is a board meeting scheduled today for not today, but this week. And I understand some market investors are likely to invest via preferential issue. So that's the first stock. And, I mean, that was not the first stock, but I thought I'll start with this because it's been big mover. In fact, in the last week itself, it's moved from 17 to almost 24 and locked at upper circuit. So that's something to track. And again, as I said, the volumes are quite high in Merc Electronics today. So that it looks like there's a lot of interest in that name. So that's the first stock. The second stock, the one more stock which is in my list is Nibe. It's part of that, it's part of the defense basket. While the defense stocks have seen a bit of a recovery today, Nibe is actually down and down 4%. But again, in Nibe, the feedback is that maybe you're going to see a fund infusion from the promoters very soon. So that's a trigger as far as Nibe is concerned. So that's another stock to watch out for. The third name, again, something which I track very closely, previous specialty. While the stock has been buzzing in trade today, I understand there could be a large block deal in preview very soon. Looks like one of the ex-promoter entity could be seller in that block. So watch out for that in the days to come. And the last one is Indus Tower. A small uptick in today's market, but for Indus Tower, the big thing to watch would be the capital allocation because ever since the company has deferred the dividend payout, the stock has actually underperformed. But there could be some corporate development is what I understand. And that's the reason some bit of flows have picked up at HNIs in Indus Tower.
Nimesh, for our younger audiences who may be watching, Merc Electronics, right? This is the company which makes the Onida brand of TVs. For many of us, I guess the first color television, right? And I think now they make washing machines and I think other consumer durables, etc. So have done that for a while. So board meeting sometime this week with some investors coming in.
I think it's day after. The board meeting is scheduled for day after, and it mentions that they're likely to raise funds via preferential stroke QIP or whatever. But my sense is it's going to be a pref issue. Some large market investors could participate. So a good fundraising and some big names coming in. Maybe that's the reason why the stock is excited in the last couple of days.
Market cap is 700 crores. So, so we'll see what happens. But remember the tagline?
Legendary, the devil, the Onida devil.
Yeah. Neighbors envy, owner's pride.
Owner's pride.
Yeah. The man with the devil. The horns, right? I mean,
gentlemen, you realize we've all kind of suitably given away our age by, sharing with audiences what we know about that ad. It was a, all-time classic, long time ago. Anyway, on that note, we'll quickly take a break, come back on the other side, and we'll get you all the trades you can look at in the last few minutes of today's action.